Hey there, welcome back. Six Figure Chicks podcast. We have the pleasure of having Jenny Debolt, founder of Us Cleaning Solutions, a successful commercial cleaning business, as well as author and founder of Suicide and Sequins. So thank you so much for being here, Jenny.
Mel, thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it. It's just a great honor to be on your show.
Yeah, as well as another little hidden secret is, or not secret, fact is, Jenny was also an author in the first Six Figure Chicks Phoenix volume. Her story of resilience kind of is a great story to be told. So, Jenny, let's start it off with a fun fact. So, what is something unexpected that people don't know about you?
Well, close friends know about me, but like really close friends, but I will not share spoons. I
Ah,
will share a fork, a knife, a straw, a cup, but don't even try to share my spoon.
okay.
And
So, what's up with the magic spoon?
so it can't, when I was younger, my family, sometimes we would eat a bowl of cereal and we would share. I was three kids, and I'm the oldest of six, but at the time there was just three of us with the same dad. And we would share out of one bowl of cereal and for like years. And then one time my dad said, "Hey," to my brother, "Hey, you're leaving backwash in your spoon. Like you need to." And I was like, "What?" Never shared a spoon ever again, or a bowl. I mean, if I'm sharing a dessert and we're using spoons, the the minute like we have to have a little piece in the middle where our spoons never touch. And that took a long time to get to.
Wow.
So yeah. I guess it
That's
would be
amazing.
I guess it would be a quirky thing, but I'm also very afraid of the dark. So
Yeah. Oh, really? Do you have to have all your lights on?
no, but it can't be pitch dark. I kind of go into panic mode. I probably should get some some therapy on that because it's kind of an interesting fear. It's just kind of unrealistic. So,
Yeah. Wow. Well, I do know there are some people that just cannot have any light on whatsoever. Like when they're trying to go to sleep, like they'll close
oh
doors,
yeah, yeah.
it's
Hmm.
got to be pitch black.
So my husband needs it like really, really. He would like that, but I gotta have some kind of light coming from like the door just cracked a little bit and there's a light out there.
Yeah.
Something. We tried to have a salt lamp in our room and that he was like, no, that's just way too much light. So the door just has to be cracked a little bit. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's what we compromised on.
Compromise on.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I know like your journey hasn't been easy, like a lot of us. We've all started, from nothing or ground up or fought our way
Mhm.
through different challenges that we've come back from. Like we're on here, we're six figure chicks. We've definitely surpassed a lot of those roadblocks. Can you share one of your biggest like personal or business roadblocks that you've had to overcome?
I well, I think the biggest business roadblock would be um just thinking that we have to work for someone. Like our paycheck is only gonna come if it's coming from a company as a consistent, like going into my bank account, because I don't know why I don't know if we're like culturally led to believe that
Mm,
just accidentally, like to be I'm kind of one of those lifers at a company. Like I can stay forever and just have that comfort of a check. But the reality is they could go out to a business tomorrow. And my dad worked for this company for 17 years and was a Teamster, and just one day showed up for work and the doors were, you couldn't even get in.
wow.
So that's, I still didn't learn from that lesson. And it wasn't until while I started Us Cleaning Solutions that I just took a risk. I don't know, it's kind of fired in a really messed up way so that they could save money, but wasn't told that at the time. And it put like a fire under my rear end to like, oh, well, I'm going to show you. So
Mm,
um, starting my own business has really taught me that you can do it on your own. I mean, maybe it's not for everybody, but for those of us who are hustlers and maybe natural salespeople or really friendly, amicable with people, I think it's easier to do and a lot easier than we think. And
Yeah.
everything's in your control and you know what's happening before. You're not going to just show up and the doors are closed because you know what's going on the inside. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
most definitely. So I was doing a real content for one of my team members on Clover Seaside because she sends me real ideas and things. And so I had to come together with some content about looking back on your past and talking to your younger self of like kind of having a coffee date with your younger self. What would you tell yourself then? And I was thinking like exactly what you said, like in my younger years when I worked in the hospitality industry, and I know you did too, so you know about that. Like
yeah.
I was carrying multiple phones, I was wearing high heels, I was like dressing the part because I think I wanted them to believe that I was as confident and could do the job as anyone else or better. But I look back on that going, wow, I totally played the part just to
Mm-hmm.
get through the days.
And I came from hospitality too now for 21 years. I've done a little bit of a different focus and where it's kind of half and half in my commercial cleaning company. But, for 15 years of being in that industry, holidays don't belong to you, nights don't belong to you. When you're at home, you're always on, you're
Yeah.
always have to be available by phone, just never an off switch. And then when you have your own company, like in my case, I can have younger people that were like at that age that I could handle that. Like I couldn't work nights as much as I was then in my 20s and 30s. I just couldn't do it. And but you have people at that age that are at that age where they can
Mm.
do it kind of thing. So yeah, the hospitality industry is your time does not belong to you.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And so what would you give your younger Jenny self piece of advice during that time?
Um, for my younger self, I would, well, it's kind of there's one part that says your words are powerful. Like sometimes when we mess up on something, we say, "Oh my gosh, you're so stupid. That was so dumb." Or what? How can you be so dumb? Like these are not things you should say to yourself ever. Not even casually. Just to, I would have told myself that your subconscious mind is always working, and so the things that you say matter no matter whether they're casual or serious,
Yeah.
and what the way people speak to you, right? So you should choose wisely who's in your life. If
Yeah.
they don't speak to you well, they need to go. And that might include family. Family just isn't always meant to be in your world if they're not positive for you and supportive of you. So
Yeah, most definitely. And it's so critical to have those really good people, solid foundation, people that love and care for you in your circle of influence.
mhm.
And it's so important for our personal life and professional life. Like, I couldn't have had a thriving businesses like I have now without the support, right? Like the support
Mhm.
is so meaningful.
Yeah, the only reason I started my company was, well, not the only, but my husband and my really good friend Angelica were like, okay, when I was let go, okay, you need to start your company. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna, I can go work for these other, like I had people already knocking at my door, like
Yeah.
willing to pay me like 150,000 and up, like right at the beginning to get started. And, and I was like, I'm just gonna take one of these jobs and, I, I'll be making this money. And my husband and Angelica were just like, this is your opportunity to start your business and just do it. And yeah, if it wasn't for their support, I don't know that I would have believed in myself, which was so silly because I worked for two other companies and did it for them.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense that I can do it for myself. But yeah, I mean, if you have the right people in your life, I read this book, Who's in Your Room. I saw, like, even in my book, Suicide and Sequins, I recommend that book as a lifetime read for everyone because it's so powerful. It really teaches you that the people in your life matter and
Mm.
you got to pick wisely. And I don't think we learn that growing up. We kind of growing up, we just learn that whoever's in your life is in your life, right? And if somebody's abusive, maybe you take them out of it, but we don't learn how crucial that is to our life.
Yeah, most definitely. So in addition to that book, you have a fantastic story in the Six Figure Chicks Phoenix Volume One.
Mhm.
So what's it like being a part of like that book that celebrates the female empowerment and that moves forward in mentorship that we're going to be a part of on March 1st?
So it kind of brings me back to the basics that like women are so powerful. We really out there now, women are powerhouses. We're starting to just believe in ourselves and know that we're made for more. And sure, there might be a time and place where um, some women want to stay at home and raise their kids. And I mean, heck, for that matter, you could still have a thriving business from home while you were doing that. But there's a time and the place for things that women want to be in motherhood, but you can get out of motherhood and just have this thriving business. It's nice to be around women that really get it and support each other and believe in each other. And the other thing is you see women and they tell their story and you're, wow, that's so like incredible. Like I have my own story, but everybody does. And so when you hear people's stories, like what they've overcome or how they got to where they're at, it's it's just wow, like so many women overcome so many things, and you just never know what is behind each face that you're talking to. We have incredible stories, and I just love that there's somebody you can always reach out for any type of struggle you might be having because they've been there. So it's important that we learn each other's stories so we can be there for each other even more. That's what I love about the collaboration of Six Figure Chicks, is just learning about all of the women and what they've overcome and knowing that I can reach out to them if I have something of their kind of nature to pick their brain on
Yeah,
or get
and
support for.
yeah, it's amazing to, we network with each other. We've both been in like BNI together, in different
Mm-hmm,
chapters for so many years, but
mm-hmm,
we didn't have that stronger relationship before the book. And I'm so thankful for that because I do
yeah.
now have a better, more solid relationship with you that, yeah, I can pick up the phone and I know that you would do all that you can if I really needed some help or had a question. And that's the simple pleasures of, being with like-minded females. We're all in
Mm-hmm.
this together to uplift each other.
Yeah, and I don't want to tell anybody's story because I don't know how comfortable this story is, but one of the women in the book has also had suicide in her past, like very close to her and multiple too. And that is a very unique thing. And when people have that, it's interesting. I get calls sometimes from somebody is referring me because they have more than one suicide loss, and
Mm.
it's so hard to find us. And it was just really interesting to find somebody else in that capacity and really bond with them.
Yeah.
So things like that, you learn people's stories and even past what they might be sharing in their books or in the any books they write. In this book, we learn so much more past that. And it's beautiful.
Yeah, I love that. And you're beautiful. So let's wrap it up with another fun fact. So if you could describe your life right now in one song, what would that be?
Super easy. A, a song that defines my life and what I want to put out there is Michael Bolton's Love is a Wonderful Thing.
Ooh, love is a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Like if we
Wow.
just had more love and just loved each other unconditionally, can you imagine what this world would be?
Oh
You
my
know,
God.
if somebody in the store is grumpy, instead of being like, oh my gosh, that lady is so rude, we can instead be thinking, wow, I wonder what she's got going on at home and have compassion from a loving space. So I love that song because it's such a life song to live by.
Yeah, I love that. And you bring a ray of sunshine and sparkle in every
Mhm.
room you go to because you're always wearing something amazing, colorful, sparkly with your
Mhm.
sequins. I
Yeah.
absolutely love that.
Thank
So
you.
if anyone doesn't have the honor to be in the room with you, how can they get a hold of you or how can they contact you?
Well, I'm easy to find online if you just type in my name, Jenny Debolt. It's not a common name, Debolt. It's not a common name. You literally type it in and BNI, Suicide Sequin, Six Figure Chicks, many podcast shows. So I'm really easy to find. But an easier way to find me and learn more about me is on suicideandsequins.com.
Yeah, that's amazing. I was checking out your online presence and it kind of went in that order. It went LinkedIn, BNI, author on Amazon, and then your cleaning company. And then it, it just went on from there. But it's
like super easy to find me.
yeah.
Just type it in and there you'll find me.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's great that we can be able to connect with you. I invite our listeners to do the same. I look forward to seeing you very soon. And with that said, so until next time, keep pushing, keep growing, and remember, your challenges don't define you. Your comeback does.
Yes. Thank you, Mel.
Thanks.